That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. It was that case that changed my life. And tomorrow, December 28th, it's statute of limitations runs out. Tomorrow, could that be a coincidence? But even if the case is finally closed on paper, it will never be erased from my memory. Never. He's out again. When does it work anyway? Now, don't be harsh, because I'll come back later. Cake. Dadunch. Oh, caretaker, go away. Yep. I imagined he might be the real murderer. Ahem. I know that clearing the throw anyway. Aha! Hello. What might you be doing here? Out for a walk, hmm? Ah, days my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemons, you see? Mr. Grossberg, this is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. That is true, yes, but from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Oh, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. May be able to offer you some assistance. Thanks, bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? Signature on this thing. I'm in very precise clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth! Nick! I'm gonna read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says, this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here in perfect detail. What do you think it means, Nick? No, but it looks like these are instructions for a caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions. Who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? One thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives. You see. Revenge on me? Who is that old guy anyway? I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something? Nice, right? But I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So I was following this letter then. Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond. It also says this is your last chance. Last chance. Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL-6 incident. Wait, that old man. What is it? Do you know who it is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yogi? The suspect in the DL-6 incident. The one who was found innocent. Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. They just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. The quake was incredibly strong. I knew it, everything was dark. There for so long it felt like forever. The air thinned and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. He became unsettled. Nice! It's updated. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet! You're not making this any easier. Miguel, help! Get us out! Don't shout! You'll just use up more oxygen! That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. He claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. Right. There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. You mean the nightmare? I think the time has come to tell all. For the last 15 years, I've always had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? A dream about my father's killing in the dark. Help! I can't breathe! Be quiet! I said quiet! You're not making this any easier. I want to get out! Help! Get us out! Don't shout! You'll just use up more oxygen! I can't breathe! You're using up my air! What? Stop breathing my air! I'll stop you! What? What you... Stop breathing my air! No! Father! He's attacking Father! And I see a pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court with bailiffs. In days I pick up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father! Ah! I knew that scream. I wake. It was a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. But it's just a dream, right? Right? That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. What if I'm wrong? What if it's real? You say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you think about it in that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was very innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth, you mean... It was me. I was the true criminal of DL-6. I shot my father. This is bad. What are we gonna do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there is anything we can do. Like it or not. There's someone else who knows a lot about the DL-6 incident, maybe. Yeah, I know what it's like to be haunted by your past. When I first moved from the city, I was worried that people might stereotype me as some sort of thug. Because I came from a violent place. And that, along with my mild autism, were the reasons I used to sit alone at lunch. Something which persisted even into college. No kidding, I can't believe you're not. My. Just calm down and tell me what's happened, It's Mr. Edgeworth. I see. So Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father. Only a dream, only a dream. I wonder. What? If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled, Well, also consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Marlon's Edgeworth. So deep he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream, it was real, as you imagined. Miles Edgeworth freed a pistol to save his father. The pistol fires indeed. No! I don't believe it! Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, when the statute of limitations so close. Talk. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a suspicion. That was your mother, Misty Fay. I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi. Yet Yogi was found innocent. That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud. That's right, everyone thought she was, you see. But now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son? It's only a possibility, mind you. A possibility nonetheless. What do you know about Edgeworth's father? He was a defense attorney without peer. Sounds trite, but it's true. Well, you may have had one peer now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fay. My sister? Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karman's techniques. That's no surprise. Von Karman is an extreme man, forged testimony is evidence and nothing to him. The result, he has perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods. And he lost, and died in despair, as it were. This incident took place 15 years ago tomorrow, so tomorrow sees the completion of one of 2 trials, all thanks to the statute of limitations. However, I'm afraid the damage the DL-6 incident has done will never be eased. Oh ho, so this is the letter. Let's see what Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond. Why kill Robert Hammond? Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended his clients not for their sake, but for his own. Huh? His own sake? He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability. But you got his client found innocent, so which is that? Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined. You'll understand soon enough. Wait, what is it? This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before. A long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Manfred von Karman. Could it be Manfred von Karman? Von Karman? Why would he have something to do with this? Well, I'm not sure. Von Karman. Wait! You're right, my boy. This is Von Karman's handwriting. I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court reports. What? But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was... Correct. Manfred von Karman himself. What does this mean then? Why would von Karman want to frame Edgeworth? If it truly was von Karman who wrote this letter, he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty. Oh no! But how can von Karman know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth was... That I do not know. Yes, I do know that Von Karma is both persistent and perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son. What do you mean? It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and Von Karma didn't. He didn't make it through the trial unscathed. What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma? Von Karma got the guilty verdict he won. He won the trial, but Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood. Faulty evidence? It was the only penalty Von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for 7 months after that, you see. Vacation? Yes, an unusual event for the man. Well, yes, because the fact that Von Karma has now been revealed to be the one behind. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care, I know he's not guilty. Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest. Mr. Grossberg, thank you. I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim. I understand. The police materials, I got a bad feeling about this. One day left, Nick. I know. Well, no time to waste. Let's get going. Only here just yesterday. We shall leave her. Something. Nothing. I was just noticing that you've been here. Von Karma. One of the drawers here is open. He must have been looking here recently. The neighbour says unsolved cases of evidence. Unsolved cases. Nick, the file for DL-6. It's completely empty. What? What are you doing in here? Von Karma! You! How do you know my name? Huh? Have we met? What are you saying? We see each other. We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team. Defense team? Ahem, I beg your pardon. You see, I didn't remember defense teams. They are like bugs to me. Needless things to be crushed. Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder. Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it. So you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter? Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You saved me from a lot of needless hassle. What? Nick, where's that thing? Guard, stun gun. Stun gun, self-defense usually. Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. 600,000... Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it, usually. But give me the letter. No! Whoa, on you! Nick, run! Ah! Maya! Out my way! Ah! has gone, of course, and he took the DL-6 evidence, all of it, back to having no clues. Wait, Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay? Maya! Maya, open your eyes. Maya! The letter, did he take it? Huh? Oh, yeah, are you okay? I couldn't stop him. Jumped as fast as I could, but one shot knocked me out cold. I'm not good as a lawyer. I'm medium, I can't question. I'm now, we need our most. Wish I'm open up all. Maya! Must be somewhere I can help her. Better do something about self-confidence first. Maya, she's holding something. What's that, a bullet? DL-6 incident, evidence number 7, taken from the heart, Gregory Edgeworth. I remember Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. Idea. Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my running with the stunt on yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, man. As always, I'm pushing too hard. What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up and pound the back. I think you should go outside this charge. Right, good idea. Hang on your way. Whoa! What's gone into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How'd it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. They just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be... God, I just keep feeling... Right now, it sounds like he's talking to himself. Yeah, actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember. I'm going to prove it. Unfortunately, Von Karma, you failed to steal the crucial evidence. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Honor. The prosecution is ready. Right, very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood. Come on, don't be all in the silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe left. The rental shop caretaker has been arrested in yesterday's trial. The defense asserted that the caretaker was a murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I'd like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well, please bring the witness into the courtroom. He just wants to have him done with, so... Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness, why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will not testify. I see. Very well, please begin your testimony. I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did, but I wasn't running away or nothing. I went and bought some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I'd need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my desk money yesterday stands as is. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? Seems I pressed on the wrong one. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yep, it seems like it. And then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do in this instance? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are. The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. You claim he's lying, then show the court proof. You stole said proof. How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? It's impossible. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. You can't hold a grudge, it's impossible. Let's prove he's lying about his memory. It's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends. Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes? Yes, Your Honor? You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof in question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case? Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with the case and no motive. Both of those statements are lies. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor. Now, this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So who is it? Don't play dumb, Von Carver. Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name. Yanni Yogi. His name is Yanni Yogi. I'm a former court bailiff. Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh, Yanni Yogi, from the DL-6 incident. Big as the judgment further in such a famous case. But what does this mean? Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This witness is Yanni Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? Oh, go jump off a cliff. This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof, and allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. I can't prove it's Yogi right here, right now. There's nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? Okay, it's actually quite simple. And don't electrocute me again. You already electrocuted me, Edgeworth, and Gumshoe. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints, and we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. I see, that makes sense. Huh? I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Why? Oh, wait. Why? The witness has no fingerprints. What? What, no fingerprints? You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff, eh? What? Yogi, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past. Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity. No. Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? series of cases inside it, no? No weapon, no weapons, I know everything. Just can't prove it because you stole bloody evidence when you stunned me with a stun gun. No, I can't end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one. Nick, what are we gonna do? I didn't even consider that he might erase his fingerprints. What do I do? Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief, Yeah, very funny. You're so winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot? What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to... Your Honor, the defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Mr. Von Karma up? On my proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. Order! Order! Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma? Need you even ask? This is a farce. Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Well, if you're so desperate, then please, be my guest. Of course, should you go through this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Well, still want to go through your little game. Yes, I'm doing it. Let the parrot take the stand. I'll cross-examine her, Your Honor. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Von Karma's linked every person's testimony, every piece of evidence. Except the parrot, she's my last chance. At least I think so. Very left thing in the parrot! Hello. No? Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well, begin your cross-examination. Right. As I recall, 2 days ago. Yeah, Polly say that here. The caretaker someone to DL-6. Polly, have you forgotten something? Crowd 28. My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you're not claiming that this number has something to do with a caretaker. Actually, it does. That's why I had to say it. Ha! Ridiculous. How can a number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to a caretaker's true identity? The DL-6 case file. What is this obsession you have in that case? Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to that safe number? Case summary. On the case summary page. The case summary? Specifically, the date on which the DL-6 incident occurred. The date of the incident? December 28. Well, that's today's date, 15 years ago. And the number on that safe is 1228. Ah! He used the day of the DL-6 incident as a number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that day was to him. I see. Certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do send their secret numbers to dates. Ah, this is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 001 because I'm number 1. This has nothing to do with a date. Nothing. Indeed. Although it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial, we would need some... That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on? Show us, or stop wasting our time. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please show us the page. It's on the suspect date page. This page is all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Indeed it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins! Polly! Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her. I see. I guess that is possible. Nah, a mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter still has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancée? She's only 7 years old. That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here. Summon the caretaker of the bait shop immediately. Witness, tell us your name. Wait. This witness, he doesn't remember. No, it's okay. I have accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done. Nick, you look totally different. This is real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court. Order! Order! Yanni Yogi, so was it you who killed Robert Hammond? And tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So, I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. He won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancée, my social standing. Then, this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance after 15 years, and this was it. What is this action I'm giving him? Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment! Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. On Karma, where's Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. Then the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth Miles Edgeworth is innocent. In this case, at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you're cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I'd like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? He's going to bring up the past. He knows that it's affected. He knows how it's mentally affected Edgeworth, and he's going to use that to his advantage. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. That is all. This court is now adjourned.
Objection!
Yep. Did someone just say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was the murderer in the DL-6 incident. He's going to tell them he killed his own dad. No, what I do? Raise an objection. The judgment has been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Think something like this happened yesterday too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. That will be lying. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. Nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer. The criminal in the DL-6 incident. It was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I'm guilty for DL-6. The statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me. KYS. Von Karma, KYS. December 28th, 2:24 p.m. District Court. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy, just crazy. Nick, what are you doing? Huh? Oh, I was just reading through the court record once more. Get my case ready. Your case? For what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm gonna prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. What are you talking about, pal? You just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it. In court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right. December 28th, 2:30 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. And no pointless, let the defense do his cross-examining. Statute of limitations on the DL-6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this on by a book. No, Your Honor. And Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth. State his name and profession. Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth. 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. You can testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That would be the key, only if I can get it to work. Please, please. That day, I'd gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As I went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. It feels weird putting on a more pained voice. Picked it up and read to Mr. Yogi. I wanted him to stop fighting. Farting? A moment later, there was a single gunshot and a scream. A terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. Until now you thought this memory was a dream? You're stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. Ah, the same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. The gun fired once? Yes. I think after I drew it, I lost consciousness. Since then, I've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream. To this day? Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream as long as I live. There it is. One part of the testimony clearly contradicts the evidence. I don't know what it means. Better find out quick. What was the trial your father was involved in on that day? I don't remember things very clearly. Only 2 things. I knew my father lost, and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney. Mr. Von Karma, you were handling that case? It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details. That's when Edgeworth pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence. So there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator. Yes, myself, my father, and young Yogi. I was fine at first, but then as time passed and no one came to help. Got a hunch, so there was only 1 gunshot. Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream, and then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see! No, Your Honor, unfortunately you don't. Take a look at this. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago, and in it lies a clear contradiction to Mr. Edgeworth's testimony. Well, I can see the victim, Gregory Edgeworth, lying there. As should be obvious, the contradictions here. I see, a bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Miles Edgeworth testifies that there was only 1 gunshot. However, according to this photograph, not 1, but 2 shots were fired. 1 shot hit the victim, the other hit the elevator door. I ask you then, why did Miles Edgeworth only hear one gunshot? This photograph does seem to confirm a second shot. However, when was the hole in the elevator made? It might have been there before the incident occurred. It was there before, it had nothing to do with this incident. Mr. Wright, do you have proof that this bullet hole was caused at the time of the incident? Yes. Your Honor, I think I'll be able to show you proof. What? Impossible. No, Mr. Von Karma. Save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof. Your Honor, the answer is fine. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? You don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. What page is it on? I forgot. Victim data. Which page shows the link? Victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says quite plainly, the murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart, the other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out? In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL-6 instant case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. Case summary, that's on page 1. Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found in the scene. The pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, and the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. He does have a point. A second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. Can somebody give me a pistol to shoot this guy in the head? Order. Order! I will have order! Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly, that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found.